Welcome to Mama's Playground. This is Darlene.
And this is Monica. We are
back.
Yes. Yes. How long has it been, Darlene?
It's been about a year and a half.
Yes.
You know what? Life happens.
Absolutely.
Life happens, and we were not going to be doing episodes just to do them, and life got busy. And sometimes in life you have to do that. You have to pause, take a break, regroup, and then come back at it. With everything that you do, it's okay to take a pause. It's okay to think things over. But I've missed you. I mean, I've seen you, but I missed doing the show with you. Yes.
This is our venting, like 30-minute venting kind of talking about different things. So yeah, no, I've missed it too. It's fun. I mean, we have a good time while we're doing it. So
yeah, and sometimes like you feel that you're doing these episodes and you really don't know. I mean, we don't have like 1,000 followers yet. We would love that. But
we got to be consistent though.
We're not doing a show in a theater. Like we don't know who's out there, who's listening. We're not getting feedback. So the fact that throughout this whole year, I've had people come, like my friends, and people saying like, hey, when are you going to do it again? We miss it. And even guy friends like, hey, I will listen to you guys on the YouTube. And so for me, that was a sign that we had to do it again.
It's funny that you say that, because I was even telling your husband, Fabian, I was telling him the other day, this guy that is my good friend Raquel's and Denise's cousin, he used to listen to our show. So he wrote to me, I think it was like last week, and he was saying something like, so is Mama's Playground coming back? He would actually listen to it, So I was like, okay, cool. Maybe it's a sign we just need to get back out there,
Yes. And I know that your husband was missing it too.
Yeah. He's like, how come you guys haven't done anything? And I'm like, we're planning.
Maybe it's a way of them like getting into our brains and be like,
absolutely. It's like, ha. Like, it's a very, I don't know. They're like, they're going to vent and they're going to say things. And finally we know what's going on.
What's going on in their minds.
Yeah.
But oh my God, so we're back and this is great. And so school started last week, but right now let's talk a little bit about the summer, because we had an eventful summer.
We did.
Yes.
You could start. What were you up to?
I mean, the fact that you came to my beautiful island of Puerto Rico, for me, that was super special. I went there for a whole month. I decided I wanted to have Luna go to camp. There's so many options of camp, and I was going crazy. And I'm like, you know what? I want to go to Puerto Rico. It's been 4 years since I've been there. I want to take her. I want to put her in summer camp with other kids that are also speaking Puerto Rican Spanish. And so it was nice. She had a great time. She did surfing and beach tennis and beach volley, and it was amazing connecting with my people. Like I said, it's been 4 years. There's like a super Bad Bunny fever going on. Yet here goes my flower, you see? All the women wearing the flowers, the guys wearing the pava, like this beautiful sense of, pride of being from there. And then when you said that you were going to come, I was like, yay. So that was super great.
No, the kids had a great time. We were there, 5-6 days? So we had a good time. The beach, just hanging out. Our first night there, all of us together. I think we spent till like 2 a.m. in the pool.
I know.
So they had a good time. It was nice getting out there. And then the kids were like, are we going to go back? When's Luna coming back? And I'm like, she's not coming back for like another 2 weeks.
Back to Miami.
But yeah, it was good.
But it was funny. I go to You Remember. I'm like, okay, so you're only going to be here for 4 days. Okay, so this day we're going to go to Old San Juan to fly chiringas, kites, cometas, whatever you call it. And then we're going to go to El Yunque. But we got to go early because they close at 5. And then we're going to go here. And then we're going to go to this beach.
And I'm like,
And she's like at 11:30 in the morning. We're just waking up.
It was our vacation. No, listen, I wake up, but tell my significant other to wake up early. And none of them actually. They were like, stop opening up the window, because I would open up the window and I would look outside. I was like, look at the beach. And they're like, it's still too early. So they were on vacation mode. And, I'm a person that wants to get up and go. I want to see different things, especially when I'm traveling somewhere that I am not familiar with. But we still did our things. Yeah, we still saw our things.
Summer is it's different for everybody. There's people I remember before you went, you did tell me like Benji just wants to chill and hang out at the pool and the
Yeah.
beach. There's kids that I remember this lady had told me one time that her daughter, she goes like, what do you want to do for summer? You want to do camp? You want to do this? You want to do that? You want to travel? And she's like, I just want to sleep.
Yeah.
So sometimes we get so overwhelmed trying to make all these plans and we need to put her in. I understand if the parents work, they need to put their kids somewhere. But in my case that I'm working from home, I had to stop myself. I'm like, she doesn't need to be doing something all the time.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel
But
you.
then you don't want them watching TV
all
like
day long because
all
it's a
day
catch
long, too.
22. But then I'm like, you know what? They also need a little break. And now with, regardless of summer, I mean, summer was like, they were chilling. My kids were good. I had them in so many different activities. And then Jacob at one point was like, can I not do jujitsu today? Like, can I not do this? Can I just watch TV? And I'm like, no. We got to keep moving. We got to keep going because I felt guilty because I'm also working from home a lot. And I felt guilty. I would come out of the computer and both of them are watching, boberias, stupid stuff on YouTube. And I'm like, take the YouTube off.
Yeah.
And then you have that mom guilt of, are they watching too much bad stuff? I need to put them in an activity. But then at the same time, they tell you it's okay for them to relax. Yeah. It's okay for them to take some time off, Yeah. I had them literally in jujitsu, basketball. I put Jacob in drumming and I had him in something in everything. And I'm like, no, we need to get you guys moving. They're like, please just let me be a kid. Like, let me relax. It's summer.
Drumming. How did the drumming go?
Good. He's still in it. He goes once a week. He loves it. He's really technical. And his professors say, you know what? He's got a really good ear. So he listens very good to the beats. They're like, that's impressive for a kid his age because most kids usually like we have to really teach them to, so he's doing good.
So we know what to get Monica for Jacob's birthday in December. A nice set of drums.
No, thank you. No, the lady was like, the teacher was like, do you have drums? I'm like, no, not yet, because I could just see both of them fighting over it and like hitting and no. And I need to work sometimes or sleep,
I think we still have one in the attic.
No, thank you.
we make sure that Luna doesn't know that. Thank you. But maybe that'll be our gift to you guys. Anyway, so let's talk about back to school.
Yes.
We
Eventful, non-eventful.
We survived the first week and a half.
Oh boy.
But you know what? I saw this, and actually Benji, your husband, he told me, you know what? I'm ready for school to start. And I was alarmed. I'm like, wait, what? And he said, yeah, we want to get back to the routine. And then I'm like, you know what? It makes sense. And then talking to other friends, they say the same thing. It's like now that with school, it's like now we go back for all these months to the routine. The not having to find something for the kids to
do all day long. I think, yes, it's like a catch-22, right? Because I think the worst part, and I would say I'm speaking for a lot of people, is the waking up again in the morning. And trying to beat traffic to get to school on time, because if you get there a minute late, they're already writing to you that your kid was tardy and you're only allowed to have a certain amount of tardies. So I know we suffered that the year previous.
You did. We're not going to say how many.
It was way too many, okay? So I was like, oh God, now I have my little one starting kindergarten, which I told him, this is real school. This is not pre-K4 or pre-K3. Like, you are timed now. You cannot be late, So... We've been adjusting. We've been adjusting, but it's hard because we got to travel 20 minutes out, to the school, and not only that, it's just the carpool line. It's like, what the, so many parents all cramped waiting to get their kid on time. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, and our school, they decided, I don't know why, to get a different contract with a different company. I'm not gonna say names of schools or anything, but it didn't work. It was horrible. So hopefully this past week they're changing that again.
But a contract for what?
For the dismissal, for the pickup.
Okay.
So for the whole system, the computer that, they scan you and then they call the kid.
You have to do that to pick them up every day?
Unless you pay early release and all that you can go earlier and then you can just go in and park. I do the car line.
Got it. Okay.
I mean, let me tell you, the car line is not that bad. Because, no.
Depends who you speak to.
You just have to you just need to get productive in the car line. So that's the time when you can, make phone calls. You have, at least for me too, it's 20 minutes from the house. So it's 20 minutes to get there. And then you're waiting this past week, an hour. Usually it's like 15, 20 minutes. So you make a phone call. If you do social media, that's when you do the social media. So you're not like on the phone all the time in front of the kids when they're home. You can listen to us. Thank you to the podcast.
Yes.
You can listen to an audiobook. You can read a regular book. Like there's so many things that you can do. So just think of it as this is 30 minutes that I have to myself.
It's funny that you're saying that because the area where you take Luna to school, I know there's a bunch of different schools in that street or on that street. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to another friend of mine that she goes to a school that's very close to yours. And she was telling me, and literally these past couple of days, she's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I said, why? She goes, this whole entire week, I have been taking literally an hour and a half. She doesn't live far. Mm-hmm. She doesn't live far. Mm-hmm. She's like, it's an hour and a half total. She's like, last year it wasn't like that. Mm-hmm. She's like, it's crazy. What is going on? I can't continue like this. She's like, and I don't have any mom friends that I trust to take her son to school. Yeah. She's like, what do I do? And I said, I really don't know. I remember because I went one of the days to go check out your school, remember?
Yeah.
And I had to do a U-turn.
No, but when you went, because by 20, 30 minutes, it changes.
I got there late.
8. Yeah, if you go late, we don't hit school zones. Like they're super short, super quick. Because school hasn't started. They throw the 50 miles per hour, but the school hasn't started. The people are not there yet. So it's like the beginning. So we don't get that jam of cars of people trying to get to school. So, but if you go a little bit later, like the time that you went to see my school, I'm like, oh yeah.
No, it was bad.
It was really bad.
And in our case, I could give you an example of us, like for the whole week. Obviously, first day, awesome. We wake up super early. Kids got them dressed super early. We left our house at 7:00. Okay, school 7:00. Okay, it's an hour before the bell rings.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, okay, let's get there early. So on. The doors opened up at 7:30 or 7:40 or something like that because the bell rings at 8. So we get there. We're standing like. We're in the carpool, and when the kids, they didn't let the kids out, first of all, not yet, not until the doors open. So we were there waiting, like it was too much. We were waiting too long because it was early. So we're like, okay, the next day we said, let's not wake up so early. Let's give the kids a little bit of chance to sleep, like another 20 minutes. Well, this time, just by those couple of minutes, we got, if we don't wake up early, we got the amount of traffic that we were sitting for about an hour. And I said, oh my God, by 15 minutes, I think it was. Yeah. If you don't do it, you don't get on time. Yeah. And on top of that, for us, we got to cross the street to take the little one like to the school.
I'm exhausted.
It's like it's the big one, the little one, and then at the main school, because they have a little school across the street, at the main school they were like, what, you could leave the little one here and we'll cross him over. And I'm like, no, but I want to see him get into the classroom. So I also make it, I want to see him get into his classroom. So it's like, no, I'll take the chance and I'll just sit in traffic and but
I wonder if our parents went through this. What are your childhood memories? Like, what do you remember when you think about back to school?
Well, my sister was older than me by 5 years. And I remember probably in the beginning, my mom used to take us to school, but afterwards we did ride on a bus.
Okay.
So we went to like a Catholic private school down here. And there was a lady that everybody trusted. Her name was, I think, Milagros, I think was her name. And she had her little bus. It's not like these big school yellow buses. Like there's her little bus that said Milagros Transport. And Milagros would come to all the houses in the area and then take us to school. So that's what I remember. And now I think about it. Actually, I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, would I put my kids? I guess it's because we're living in different times with all the stuff that's happened lately and people targeting schools. My thing is like, no, I'm not going to put them on a school bus. Like, I want to take them to school. I want to see them get into their class and, and if you can't do that, I understand.
Yeah, Fabian was like, I remember it was so much fun. I'm like, I don't care. She can come have fun later at the house. I used something else. I will pick her up or have my parents or
pick her up
or somebody drop and pick up.
I think it's because we live as we progress, we're living in different times.
It's different times. It's in everything. And then, for example, like when I think about school, what would get me so excited was, I don't know. First of all, it was one uniform. It's not like now that we have like the spirit shirt and the PE. Okay, that's normal. But then there's like 3 different uniforms. Yeah. Plus you have the spirit week. Plus you have all the come dress in yellow and green and red and whatever. There's so many things to keep up with. But back in the day, I remember it was just one uniform. And then you had PE, and then for Halloween you had one costume. Not like now that it's like, what are you gonna be for Halloween? It used to be like, I'm gonna be Snoopy. Now it's like, I'm gonna be Princess, and then I'm gonna be Bluey, and then I'm gonna be this. And it's like, come on.
But you know why?
So much easier.
Well, because again, okay, we're gonna go back to this, and this episode is not about this, but it is because of that. It's social media. So what ends up happening? You put your post of what you did on Halloween with your Snoopy costume, and then you have another party that you want to put pictures,
can't wear the same
and you're like,
one.
I'm not gonna
do Snoopy again.
It's so bad, but it's like, no, I have to buy another costume because I can't go to the party with the costume that I went to before.
I'm gonna stop posting. That's it, and I'm gonna wear the same thing every week. But yeah, so I remember for school, I used to love that, and also we would buy the books in the school cafeteria. So it would be like, oh, we have orientation, so we would go and we would talk to our friends like, wait, who did you get? What room are you in? It was that excitement of like the books, like new books, and then just then we would go buy like the school supplies, which back in the day it was like just a thing to put the pencil, eraser, that's it. Now it's like
a huge
hand
box,
sanitizer and wipes and
Lysol
Kleenex
spray,
and so many things. But
okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Did you do your... Well, no, you were in Puerto Rico. So I remember you were like, I haven't done anything yet. I haven't bought anything yet. And it's crazy because I waited like the day of open house. They said, please bring your box in, like please bring it in so that the day of school that starts, like they're you're not there coming with a huge...
You ran
box.
into our friends and he helped you.
He did.
I saw Monica coming in like with the
a huge box.
Yeah.
And I did last minute shopping. I literally, when I came back from Puerto Rico, I still waited. Like I think there was like open house was maybe a week and a half away or something like that. And I waited till the last minute to shop, and I did everything through Target. So now they make it so much easier per se, because you can actually in these companies, whether it's Walmart, Target, and I didn't know, and obviously we didn't have that
you
back
order
then.
Online?
You go to your school. So you find your school online. So let's say whatever school your kid's in, you look at it, and then they bring up the list of things that the teacher has put in for the class. So then you shop. So I did that. But what ended up happening? I'm here thinking.
But did you do it online or you went to the store?
No, I did online. I was like, I'm not going to the store.
See?
I'm not doing it. No, I'll tell you why. The mess that there was in Target, in Five and Below, in all these places. I don't have patience for this right now. I don't. I'm going back home. I'm going to do this online, and I'm going to get it over and done with. I did that, and I'm going to tell you what happened. The boxes get there from Target, and as I'm opening, they messed up the whole order.
Oh, you see? There you go. I rest my case.
You see?
But part of the excitement, and I wanted Luna to go through that, is of buying the new stuff, choosing it, touching it, like putting it in the cart, and then coming here with the bags and opening. And she was organizing everything in the couch, like that excitement. Like if you order it online, it's like,
they
okay,
still
I
organize.
mean, they'll still get it, but they're not in the whole process of like choosing it and all that. So I don't know. I'm old school.
You went to the stores.
I went to the store and I went one by one. Everything was easier than last year because I remember that last year it was like you needed this pen. What was it? This pencil, the ticonderonga.
What did you say? What was that?
Ticonderonga. I actually wrote it. I have it written down, and I'm gonna find it. Yeah, that Ticonderoga, and it had
number
to be
2 or number 1 or
and it had to be sharpened, and I
my
couldn't
gosh.
find it. So this is me last year. I opened the freaking box. I'm sharpening everything. It's sharpened. It's sharpened.
Like
everything is sharpened.
2 dozen pencils, because they make you bring like I don't know how many boxes per kid.
There was a huge box, 48, and I'm like, that's it. There's not even 40 people in her classroom. 48 pencils.
And then I say, but why do they need so much supplies?
And wait, did you get they had to have like the pencil box? It had to be clear with the blue lid.
No, I had the
I'm like, really?
So can I tell you something? The first year when they gave us these lists with the names like Scotty's paper tissues or whatever that was, and the Lysol, whatever, I would literally, look for these brands, exactly what they were looking for.
Yeah.
And as the years have gone, I'm like, you know what?
Freaking
weather.
tissue.
And Lysol can be Lysol from here or the Walmart Lysol, okay? Because they have their own brand. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go crazy with these lists anymore because it's crazy. No, it's bad. So
it's intense. And then I did not get a notebook bag. I did get a lunchbox.
I did vice versa. I did new book bags, and I said, "You're staying with your same lunchbox."
I'm like, come on, they can last 2 years. It's kinder. She just came out of kinder. You know, her book bag has one folder and a sweater and a change of clothes. That's it.
Yeah, she
now
doesn't need
when they're
any more.
older, I imagine that they have books and it gets like all a mess. But I'm like, no, you're keeping the same. No, I go online and I'm like, do you see this one? Yeah, Mama, it's so pretty. It's the same one you have. so that's the one you're gonna keep.
You're gonna stay with that one.
Yeah.
No, it's true. I have a collection of lunch boxes that I said to Benjamin, what do we do with these? They're still in good shape. The thing is, they want now Minecraft. I don't want Bluey anymore. I'm not a baby. I want Minecraft. You know what I mean? So, they're going in that phase of what is in at the age range, that they're in. And eventually they're going to come to a point, which I was reading online from all these moms. Actually, it was like a group of Miami moms here. And it's on Facebook. And I was reading one of the moms saying, oh my God, this year my kids didn't ask for any character book bags or character.
God. How old were they?
No, they were already like 9, 10. They're like, they don't want anything more any more character. She's like, I literally, for the first time in my life, I started crying and I realized that my kids are in a different phase of life already. And I was like, it's coming.
I'm about to cry. I'm like the whole sign that you put the first day of first. Oh my God, I'm really getting teary-eyed because that's a whole different thing. Like the emotional side for us parents of, it's how you see them, they're growing. That same thing, like not wanting the character. Like right now, thank God, Luna's still with like her rainbows and the unicorns.
And she will be.
But I was thinking about that. I'm like, what about the day that she just wants like,
the JanSport. Okay, so then there was like the kids, the older kid moms, like, not that much older, but like 9. And so they're like, no, my daughter's now asking for the JanSport book bag. That's cool. That has the bows on it, And I was like, oh my God. It's going to come to a point that my kids are going to be like, Mom, I don't want that, and they are getting there. For instance, Jacob was like, Mom, I want a cool book bag. And I said, so what is a cool book bag? And I showed him he wanted Minecraft. So I'm showing him the Minecraft book bags. And he's like, I don't want anything with the character like the cartoon, which is what Noah asked for. He saw one with the cartoons and he liked it. He's like, I want a cool one. So I ended up buying him a book bag that just has like the checkered green and whatever with like a little face of the thing. But that's it. Like he didn't want.
And this is second grade.
But he wanted a cool book bag. And I was like, oh my God, it's going to happen sooner than later.
Oh my God.
Your
that
mom
is
heart's
so
like,
scary. So like right now, I still get her the classic black shoes, schoolgirl shoes with the white socks. I'm like, I'm going to keep that. And then I know it's going to come to a point that it's like, really, Mom, I'm not a little girl. Like, I want my Pumas or whatever.
They're evolving.
So, I know they're evolving. So that's emotional.
It is.
I mean, it's just different changes and we're seeing them grow at a very fast pace. And then another thing is like the whole classroom placement. Like I said, when I was a little girl, we would just go and it was like, who's your room teacher and this and that, and we would leave it at that. But I mean, I don't think that there was more than that. I don't remember my mom stressing out, but now it's like, where was she placed, in what room? Oh, why did she get separated from the rest of her class? And then you start like comparing, did this person have good grades? I don't know. And then now you have also like the English as a foreign language, the dual language program, which I think they should have it more in schools, being that we're in Florida and there's so many Spanish speaking families. You want your kid to be able to learn in English and Spanish.
And be bilingual, yeah.
And I don't understand why here they only have like one class per grade. So that's another stress that we were all like going through. Like, did they get in?
I think they can't have it. Like, for instance, in the school that we're at, they have, the STEM program, right? And only a certain amount of kids come out of kindergarten coming into STEM. And I know, and at the beginning, they
didn't have STEM back in the day.
They didn't have it back in the day.
Science, social studies.
And now they have these things and you feel like every parent wants to get in there. And I didn't realize the importance of it because my eldest did get into the STEM and I was like, okay, like what's the big deal? But I realize now it is a big deal. Like there's parents that are like, why didn't my kid get in? And fighting over it. And I was like, oh, STEM. Okay. And it's funny. There's a school literally next to our house, that if my kids were older and I was the mom that didn't want to drive them to school, I would let them walk to because it's that close. But it's a public school.
I don't know about letting the kids walk to school.
Me
Am I
neither.
being overprotective? But I don't know.
I'm not. No. That's what I'm saying. I'm
scared.
not. Me too.
Because okay,
Me too.
you teach them, okay, don't talk to strangers and don't get in a stranger's car. But if that one stranger comes with one of these things that the kids smell and then they put them to bed that you see in the movies,
People think
I'm like,
people-
I think I go there.
So
I
do
think
I.
that way.
So do I. I'm super overprotective of my kids, and it won't stop. There's going to be parents that are a little bit more, or they have to be a little bit more like, I can't.
Yeah.
I need to have them walk, or they have an older sibling. I'm going to do it. But I guess every parent has their own, you know what I mean, reasons why they do what they do, right? Yeah. But what I was telling you about this school is I do see kids walking there from our community and so on, older kids. And as we were driving one day to school, because we have to pass by there, Benjamin goes, my God, can you imagine not having to drive those 20 minutes plus the traffic? Like, imagine just here, we wouldn't have to wake up so early. We could just take them there. And I go to look at the
teach
school.
them how to make themselves like breakfast. We don't even
Everything.
need to wake up.
Tampoco. Not so far on. But he was like, it would be so much easier. Like, it would simplify our life. And as I go to look at the school's name changed. They ended up putting STEAM in there, right?
They added art.
They added STEAM. No, it's not art. So I go to research the school. And then this year, this is where I'm telling you that we're like advancing. Schools have changed immensely. It's not how when we used to go to school, it's very different. It's evolving, obviously, with, artificial intelligence, blah, blah, blah. It's science, technology, engineering, aviation.
Oh, wow.
And math.
Okay.
So I started reading on the school. I was like, let me read on the school because you know what? Sometimes, I've had them in this charter school, but I've never really looked at the school. I wonder what the difference is. And it's that this year they implemented the STEAM for everybody in the school.
That's great.
It's for everybody in the school. And I was like, you know what? That's a nice thing to have. And the aviation, they're planning to bring in actual like pilots and that to talk to the kids in case they want to eventually one day be, like a pilot or
aviation in any department.
So and they're doing that with the mind of we are advancing further and further in technology and all that stuff. Like we want to prepare these kids,
So they should do one that's called STEAM.
Why?
Science, technology, engineer, aviation, math, AI. STEAM.
Oh, STEAM. Well, yeah.
STEAM. So when we were in Puerto Rico, I took Luna to Coupeville School, which is the school I went to from kinder to 12. I grew up with them. Actually, one of the reasons I went to Puerto Rico, we had our 30-year reunion. Oh my God, I just said it, 30-year reunion.
You're giving away how old you are, darling.
I did. It's fine. It's fine. But it was great. This is the people that I grew up with. But anyway, so I took Luna to the school on a tour. Everything has changed. But, oh, my God. Like, when we left, she goes, Mom, if we move to Puerto Rico, I want to go to school here. And I'm thinking, who's going to afford it?
Yeah.
Here we have charter. We have, but over there, it was a good school. And I thank my parents every day for having me go to that school, me and my sibling, for my whole life. But they were showing me like where I said, oh, this is the one where I came to for first grade. So they came and they opened it and I see like things in the ceiling and all that. And it said STREAM. And I'm like, STREAM, because I'm thinking science, technology. So the R stands for robotics.
Okay.
So they're teaching, like I get goosebumps. They're teaching these young kids robotics. And I'm like, what's up with all that stuff on the top? And it's like they're even teaching them like to fly drones. So they practice with these little drones inside the room, and they have, the ball pit that and Luna has one, the ball pits that you get for kids for birthdays.
Yeah.
They have like a little tunnel
Yeah.
that you can like just close it very easily. So they have it hanging, and what they do, they put the drone through that little tunnel. So they teach them like to fly the drones like that. We're putting like
how to be
obstacles and
responsible drone flyers
in a classroom.
Yeah.
So I was super impressed. I'm like, oh my God, these young kids are already like learning, robotics.
No,
at
it's
780. So
they are gonna be. It's funny because I look at my parents with when it comes to technology, and they're like, "Monica, come here. I don't know how. I can't see. Can you help me with this?" And I'm like trying, and I see myself already asking
yeah.
Noah
Oh, yeah.
and Jacob that are 5 and 7, like, "Hey, come here. How do you figure this out?" And they figure it out so fast.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. The back to school, it is kind of like a catch. Not a catch. It's kind of like it's a good thing because again we form those routines again. We start, even for us, like the routines, and why Benjamin told you what he said was because we were waking up later.
Yeah.
And then we were delaying our days. And then breakfast, instead of like how we have it now, which is like, 7 in the morning, we were having breakfast at 10:30, 11.
It's rushed.
But I guess it's a nice thing, you know what I mean? Because if it was always like rushed how school mornings, all day long, 365 days out of the year, we would probably be burnt. So it's like you get a little bit of that mix for those 2 months of summer that, okay, let's just relax now. And then back on it for the next year.
The lunch, do you eat your lunch? What do I
yeah.
pack for snacks? Now it's like snacks every single day. And here we go. Take a deep breath. WhatsApp chat groups.
Oh my God.
I mean, that first day, I remember I was driving back from taking her and my thing was already going off like crazy because we have the school. You have
the mom chat.
You have the mom chat. And then we still have our pre-K from TLE chat talking about the first day. Then you have her old kindergarten and then the new class, which is first grade. But as we're venting with the old chat. So it's like we even said like, let's get together, let's go like to the park so the kids can see each other again, because it's like you're kind of mourning the fact that you're not part of a group anymore, but you're like still like talking to them like, hey, how are the kids? Because we got separated. So I don't know, as a parent, we have to like also like change our, and it's like a switch that we need to change, knowing that now it's a whole complete, you got used to for 10 months to the same parents. I was a room mom, so I know like every single person's name, and now I'm in a new group and I'm like,
it's like, who's it harder for
like,
Luna or for you?
So I put a joke yesterday on our chat, and only one person responded with a haha like emoji like an hour later, and I'm like, oh man.
Oh, on the new chat, it's not the same.
It's not the same. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, be like, okay, and it happens. It really does. It's funny when I took the kids to school.
I'm that annoying mom. No, I'm not.
No, you're the mom that wants to be. You have all different types of moms. You have the moms that just can't. You know what I mean? They're working all day long. They have to. They're busy. They can't be in these chats all day long. You have the ones now that, for instance, for me, that's what I always wanted my whole life. I always said, the day that I have kids, I want to be present. Like the day I have kids, I love my mom. My mom was always there, but I saw my mom struggle. It was like working the 8-hour days, and then she tried to do everything, and then send us on the bus, and then pick us up from my grandmother's house when she got out of school, and then she wanted to be with us.
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot. So I saw that with taking the kids to school this year. We went to the first open house, which is Jacob's. Jacob, I know the parents. I know all the kids because in his program that he's in, he will be with those same kids and those parents for the next 5 years until 5th grade.
That's good.
This is Noah's first time in school. So I go to the open house the next day for Noah's class, and I look around and nobody. I didn't know not one kid.
Monica was very frustrated.
I
very frustrated.
But I looked around and I was like, oh my God. And then I started already, just, oh my God, I don't like the energy. I don't like this. And you know what? To be honest with you, he loves his teacher.
Yeah.
He's freaking happy when he gets out of school, and he's excited. He's skipping his way to the door, and I'm like, you know what? This is us. We do this.
We overthink.
We do this to ourselves.
Yeah, I think we overthink. Like the kids are happy. Sometimes we get like, oh, what about the teacher? This, and that. The parents is like, you know what? The kids are happy. They're going to learn. There's a thing that they need to follow.
Yeah.
I am becoming a substitute teacher because I want to be in the know of everything.
Yay.
No, I love being around the kids. So that should be fun. But I don't know, like for us parents, obviously, and we got to give it to us too, because we talk about, oh, now they have to wake up early. We do too.
Yeah.
Like I get really tired now earlier and you're like, why? Because I've been up since 6 o'clock in the morning.
We're
and
also
then
older.
True. We're also trying to say, okay, now that we're gonna go back to the routine, a lot of people say that they want to start losing weight in August. I usually start also saying it right now, because it's like, okay, when I take her to school, I'm gonna be working out and I'm gonna wake up at 5:30, which I haven't done because I'm also tired. It's our schedule completely changed too. So but I think that one way to distress ourselves is just be in the know. I know it could be like super overwhelming, the emails from school, the WhatsApp chats, but be in the know of what's going on and just try to stay organized as far as what the kids have to wear every day and what the 1,000 papers that you have to sign to take.
Oh my God, don't talk to me about the 1,000 papers, because
I send them out today.
because it was a packet for both kids of paperwork again that they had to fill out. And I was like, oh my God, this is due. It's like a homework for us. This is due on Wednesday. Benjamin, you grab one packet. I grab another. Take a copy of the insurance card. We need this and they need this. And it was like, it's crazy. And then you're on a deadline as well with other things that you have to do. And I was like, oh my God, I wonder how many parents, I bet you everybody, going crazy with the amount of stuff that needs to be done. And it's funny because I saw, she's become really big now. And obviously, we've talked about her before on social media. Mamá en Cuarentena.
Oh, I love her.
From Puerto Rico. Yes. Yeah, she's half Puerto Rican, right? Or
she's from Puerto Rico. I don't know if
Cuban. She's Puerto Rican Cuban, I think.
Yeah, and then she's great at doing every other accent that you can imagine. What a talent.
And she came on with like a thing going, with her, the way that she, her characters, right? Saying, I have 3 kids. I mean, come on. How many chats? How much paperwork do I have to do? Like, what is this? Give me a break. I can't imagine. 3, 4, 5 kids.
Oh, and the clubs.
Oh boy.
I'm going to put it in this club and in that club. And if I don't put them in the clubs, then what am I going to plan for them outside of school? This is the first time that I don't have Luna signed on anything. Like no baseball, no dance, no nothing. So let's see how that goes. I'm like, let's see how these first couple of weeks go.
We'll all survive. We will all survive.
I'm like, whatever. I'm like, I want to put myself on Pilates and hot yoga. So I thought about that. I'm like, maybe I won't put her on anything. Hey, I've heard that's really good. I
know, they say that. They're like these pole dancing classes that I see these moms taking. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. They're doing like, the flips in the air on the pole and all that. I'm like, well,
I feel like we can get our hubbies to pay for that one.
Right?
And we get the hot yoga then too.
And hopefully we come out with like hot bodies again and we start,
With my luck, I would be falling. I would be getting hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's consistency.
But yeah, I feel like us, we have to make sure that we also take care of ourselves. This is Mama's Playground, right?
Yeah.
So this was fun. We're back.
Yes, we are back. I hope everybody, had a successful back to school.
Yep.
And if you're stressing, it'll get better, right? I got to tell myself that I'm just it's going to get better. It's going to get better.
Yes. And now actually, let's take a deep breath before the fall season starts. Halloween, the festival, the this, and that. Anyway,
yes.
Yeah, everything's good. Let's cheer for our first episode back.
Cheers.
Cheers. Love you, girl.
To water.
I'm glad. Thanks for tuning in. This is Mama's Playground. We love you. Bye.
Bye.